prepared. So the first one is just okay, I didn't block it. This is for my youngest. She wanted shorty Christmas socks. You see, she had tiny feet. And I love it. I held the yarn double, so it's quite thick, but I think once I wet block it, it'll be just fine. And the yarn, I got, there we are, Schackenmeyer Regia in, what's that called, the color? Candy color? In candy color. Although, I don't want to sound gross, but I still work 2 days a month as an esthetician because I absolutely love it. My passion is yoga and aesthetics. I love it. I've been doing it for a long, long time. And this red color, can you see it? It's showing up pretty true there. Looks like a pussy zit. You know the one with blood in it? So every time I knit, like the red came up, I was like, this isn't very Christmassy. It reminds me of squeezing a pimple. Anyway, I'm sure you won't agree, unless you love squeezing pimples, and then maybe you'll think twice. So that's whip number 1. Those are from my youngest. I've got another couple of Christmas socks to cast on. 2 out of the 3 others wanted socks, so we'll see how that goes. The next whip I have is, and I really haven't gone very far with this at all, these are the Lindsey chain, that's the yarn, what the heck, this Svila Camisol by Caidree. And I have a couple of these triangle boob cups made, but that's as far as I got. It's probably going to be done by next summer, because now I don't feel like doing summer knits because it's getting cold. And the last whip is going to be a blanket. So this is Finish Knitting Stories, one of my other favorite podcasts. Yana's doing a happy, scrappy make-along all year long. So you're supposed to take your scrap yarn and make a blanket. Now it doesn't actually look like scrap yarn here, but I'm holding a couple of socks. This one was April's socks, and this one was a pair of socks that I started and then gave up on, so technically it wasn't really a scrap, but I used it anyway. I'm holding it double with this gray yarn, which is called, I don't remember, but it is another one of the wonderful antique wool interrupted sock yarns that I was a part of a club for. So I am loving it, and it's good timing actually, because the nights are getting cooler. Like as soon as it drops below 20, my husband's got the fire going. But it's getting cooler, and that means that the sweater or blanket, as it grows, will keep me warm. And it is called the, I don't remember, I'll write it down, blanket. It's cool because all you do, like anyone who quilts will appreciate this. You attach garter stitch, then you miter half a triangle here, and you miter half a triangle there, and then you attach. So it's really just rectangles and 2 triangles. So it's very quilty in a way. And it is such fun, and I have a whole year, so no rush. All right, so that's it. That's what's on my needles, that's what's off my needles. I am rushing a little bit because I really want this to upload. What a nightmare that was. So I'll go through just a couple of other awesome things. Don't worry about a throwback this time, I'll get you next time. But I want to talk about a book. This book. This is not a new book. This is an old one. I found it in a used bookstore. It was published in 1988. And it is exactly my kind of book. This is a collection of stories from the prairies, collected in 1988 by, I don't know if he had any accolades, but Barry Broadfoot. Came out from Nanaimo, I think Nanaimo, and he traveled across the prairies, Alberta, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and he stopped in small towns and he just talked to the old timers and he collected stories. And so this book is just filled with stories that you would never get otherwise. I mean, we all have known grandparents, and I'm sure we all wish we would have asked for more stories, written them down, recorded them, so that we could honor, cherish, and remember our past. Because what they did, everything that your ancestors have done, have brought you to this moment here. So anyway, I'm loving it. Like I said, my great-great-grandparents homesteaded in Manitoba. They took the train out from Ontario and then took the ox cart from North Dakota, or probably North Dakota, into Manitoba because there were no trains at that time. And it was wild. It was wild country, and my great-great-grandpa wasn't a terrific farmer, so my great-great-grandmother was left alone to raise, I think she had 5 children, kind of on her own, while he was off in teacher college and then teaching here and there and everywhere. And you can actually find his name in some of the history books as the first teacher in a lot of these railway towns that were popping up. This is pretty cool. Anyway, I'm loving this book, and it was a real treasure to find, and pretty good buy for $4.50. My birthday's in a few weeks, and my husband asked me what I wanted, and I said books, and I ordered them, and they came early, and I just couldn't resist. So my birthday, I've been celebrating my birthday with books for a week already. Let me show you. Lindsey, Fowler, Salt and Timber. Yeah, they're knitting books. So wonderful. There are so many things in this book that I am going to knit. It's a beautiful book. I'll just show you a couple of, oh man, those are so cute. A couple of goodies. So I know my teenage daughter will love these. They're cute. Oh, let's see. Where's that? Oh man, there's so many nice things. But I think what the kids will probably all appreciate is this lovely toque. Yeah. So everybody's gonna get one eventually this year. The next one is Meiju's Contrasts. I did a knit along with Meiju in February, and I think it was part of a preamble leading up to this book launch. And of course, by the time the knit along finished, I was completely convinced that I needed this book, but I didn't really know how to order it, and anyway, they sold out. Like the yarn shops that I looked at online had sold out, and so I thought, well, I guess it wasn't meant to be. But then they did a reprint, and so la la la, happy birthday to me. There are many beautiful patterns in here, but the one that I find most striking, if I can find it, I haven't looked at it enough, obviously, because the pages are still too stiff. Oh, here it is. Okay. Is this one. Can you see the colors there? It's, I believe it's it's two colors, and then it's a needle, what do you call that? I'll put it down there. Gorgeous. Look at that. Look at the detail. I mean, you don't have to choose those colors, but I think no matter what you put together, it could look really, really cool. So I will probably be doing that one sometime soon. And then the last one, because I do have 52 weeks of socks, I thought I better get its sister, 52 weeks of shawls. So exciting. I didn't even pick any that I wanted yet. There's so many cool shawls in this book. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. There, that one's pretty nice. I mean, they all are nice, but look at that. So, I think this is going to be a winter with a new shawl in it. Well, that's pretty cool. Now, the last thing that I got for my birthday, and it is truly the gift that will keep on giving. Well, I should start at the beginning, maybe. My husband loves auctions. You have to like drag him away. He loves auctions, and the garage is full of stuff that I really have no idea what it does. He knows, and he somehow even knows where to find it. I never could, but he loves auctions. Anyway, he was on an online auction because, of course, since 2020, everything has changed. So he's online, he's looking at this antique store, and he says, you might have to look at this, even though I'd like to get it for your birthday. I said, well, okay, I guess it won't be a surprise. He goes, nope, it won't be a surprise, but you really need to look and see if you want this. And he shows me a picture of a spinning wheel. I thought, oh, well, I do want to try spinning. I want to learn, but I don't want to spend $1,200 on a new spinning wheel, especially if this isn't something that I'm gonna love, although I probably will. So there was not just one spinning wheel for auction, there were 3, and so he bid on all 3, but you know, usually the way these things go is you maybe get one, like you put a maximum amount that you're prepared to spend on each item, and then people bid on it until the end of the auction, and then maybe you get one. So he said, well, okay, well, what is it worth? I said, I have no idea. I don't even know if they work. I mean, they'd be cool decorations, but I don't know. You could be spending money on a piece of trash. I really have no idea. So he put a maximum bid. It wasn't very high. And we thought, well, we probably won't get one anyway, because with a max bid at a low amount, you're likely going to get outbid. So I didn't hold my breath. And then the auction ended, and he says, well, we got 3 spinning wheels. So anyway, one of them doesn't work at all. It is definitely just a decoration piece. The other 2 do work, but need repairs. And so, like I said, this will be the gift that keeps on giving, because I will probably have to spend the winter figuring it out. Finding pieces, finding ways to make them work. I'm not super thrilled, to be honest, because I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out. And when I do, I'll show you. So that is my other birthday acquisition. It's pretty exciting. And then the other thing is not an acquisition, it's an experience. There's a knitting group, and one of my good friends, Caidree, and I decided that, who's also a knitter, I should say, and a weaver and a spinner and everything. She's amazing. We decided for our birthday we would go to the Prairie Fiber Festival, which is happening in a couple weeks. So very exciting. We're gonna go with the knitting group, some ladies from the knitting group, and we'll carpool and we'll head out there and see what we can find. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun month. I'll take you along. I'll bring back some footage. So thank you so much for bearing with me as I excitedly hurry through everything that I've been doing for this whole entire summer. I'm sorry I've been away so long. Now you know why. I've been trying to show a little bit of our life here through Blissful Moments videos, which is the other playlist on Turning Ground Yoga on YouTube. So you'll see a little bit of the chickens and the dogs and the garden and all that good stuff. But yeah, if you want to join me for yoga classes, registration is open. Please like and subscribe, because then you'll know when I get another video up. And otherwise, stay tuned for part 2, which is the beachy yoga practice and a little bit of footage from our summer adventures. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again. Namaste.